Welcome to the Lock Shop with Nielson and Hustler.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Lock Shop. Connor Hellebuck out for more than a month. We'll get into that with Huss when he joins us. Find out how that's going over in Winnipeg today. Huss from Winnipeg Sports Talk will be popping by a little bit later on. Hey, are we brought to you by Play Alberta or what? I got the hoodie. I got the new hat. Got the logo there. We got the logo down there. It's everywhere. Edmonton Sports Talk presented to you by Play Alberta. Thank you very much for being here today. Let's get that chat hopping today. We'll have the oil stream coming up a little bit later on. That was weird how you moved me there. I was like, what? What's going on? We're currently in the process of cleaning the carpet in the studio because Zach spilt a coffee. So he just keeps bringing in like 2 pieces of paper towel at a time. Like, why not just bring more paper towel and clean it up properly? Anyway, whatever. What are you going to do? We all can't be geniuses, I guess. All right, you can text us anytime, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Huss will be joining us right away. We do have this is my first Friday, like a good NFL show coming up here in a while. Rolling up the sleeves. Let's get after it a little bit. We're going to do a TD parlay. We'll obviously get a partner parlay put together as well. We already have one up on the EST specials page. If you go to playalberta.ca, you will scroll down. You will see odds boosts. You will see daily specials, and you will see EST specials. Click on that, and we've got one that we put together earlier today. A little chalky, 3-gamer. Lions to win. I thought today when I did Lions to win, it was minus 500. Now it's minus 765. So that's changed. Lions to win, Bears to win, Rams to win. Plus 165. That's the first of what will be many parlays posted on our EST specials page. Certainly the most active of the pages over at Play Alberta. Big Uke, I did get an answer. We cannot get them right now. So just a heads up on the PWHL stuff. I do have that answer. I just checked. I got it a little while ago. Didn't pass along, but that's unfortunately a no-go for now. So we will set up the NFL slate. For me, it wasn't an easy slate to look at this week. So, we'll see how that goes. I just got an email here. Grey Cup week, online metrics. This is where the CFL needs to grow online. I think it's important. I was just looking at what they were pushing out here. 36.34 million total impressions on social media, which is up 172%. 1.69 million total engagements on social, up 115%. 11.43 video views on social, up 126%. Growth in followers on social media was up 567%. And then even web page views and active users were up like 69 to 79%. So a lot of good social media growth for the Canadian Football League. And there's lots of things we can talk about on how they have to grow the league and changes you'd like to see them make. But having a bigger presence online is going to be significant for them. So that was kind of nice to see. All right, let's bring in Huss from Winnipeg Sports Talk, where there's some bad news for the Jets today. Huss, what's going on with your boy Helly, man? You've got to be pretty concerned right now in Winnipeg.
Citywide panic attack live at 1 p.m. today on Winnipeg Sports Talk. Yeah, it sucks. The horses had to go into the shop for a bit. I mean, they said it's a minor procedure, but it's 4 to 6 weeks. Knowing Hellebuck, hopefully it'll be closer to 4. But I mean, if it's 6 weeks, we're talking about 20 games, like a quarter of the season.
That's huge.
So, listen, our boy Eric Comrie is going to get plenty of opportunities to show what he can do.
What's the organizational depth look like, Huss? Because you're not going to just play Comrie for all 20 games, right? Like, what else? Oh, maybe you are going to play Comrie for all 20 games?
They just recalled former World Junior star Thomas Milic.
Your
from
Spengler
the
Cup goaltender.
Yeah, and Milic, Milic has been playing well. He won last night for the Moose, just giving up one goal. He's 5-2-2 this year, playing for the Moose. I'm not sure this was ever part of the plan that he would be playing NHL games this year, but hey, we've seen some young guys come in and play well, but listen, this is going to be Comrie's gig for the next little while. And listen, it's a lot of pressure for a guy that's never really been a starter. I know he had a chance a little bit in Buffalo, and again, that was a brutal team. It's going to be on the entire squad. The one positive is that the team is fully healthy right now outside of Helly. And they're going to need to get back to that smothering defensive style of play that
I was going to say they're going to have to probably adjust things a bit without Hellebuck there, eh?
Listen, that is their identity. They haven't totally been there so far this year, to be honest. But listen, if they want to give this goaltender, who obviously, there's no other Connor Hellebuck. You're not replacing him. So yeah, maybe you need to score a couple more goals and certainly do their best to hang tight. And what a day for this to happen. The Canes are in town.
Oh,
We're probably pissed off coming off an overtime loss or a shootout loss to Minnesota, where they outshot them, I think 45-18 or 45-19 or something like that. So listen, it wasn't going to be easy. The good thing is they've had a pretty good start. At 12-7 right now. But two big games on the weekend against Carolina and Minnesota to start this period without Hellebuck off. And the guy has been such a workhorse and has been so, we were going through it. He has missed a couple games being sick. And I think he missed one game for the birth of his kid. But other than that, hell, he left practice last year in the playoffs. And everyone was sort of weird. He was out there for a bit, and then he left, and no one saw him again. And he said, yeah, I had a rib out of place, so I just had to go get it put back in.
Just like that.
he's a tough guy. But obviously, this has apparently been something that had been nagging through training camp, and they just felt that this was the time to get it done. I'm looking at the schedule right now for the Jets. So this was done on Saturday. So again, 4 to 6 weeks, presumably. I'm hoping that's not from the announcement today, but from last Saturday. So that would be the 16th. Or hold on a second. Saturday was Calgary when we won. So maybe they did that over the course of the weekend because he wasn't in practice on the Monday. And then he backed up on Tuesday in the win. But we've got 2 games this week. Let's just say the 17th is basically what we're talking about here. So, 4 games in 6 nights next week. Another 2 days off, and then another 4 games in 7 nights. They play the Blues. Best case scenario, Hellebuck's ready to go after Christmas. I think that's basically what we're talking about here. So that's 4 or 11. And then the remainder of, 15 games. So anywhere from 15 games to 20, playing without your number one goaltender, your MVP, your Hart Trophy winner, a 3-time Vezina winner is significant. But no one's going to be feeling sorry for the Jets. I certainly know the majority of the people that are listening to us right now in Edmonton are going, oh, first world problems. You got to go 15 games with a Hart Trophy winner.
I was going to suggest that maybe we treat this like a team that's desperate to stay alive in the fantasy football playoffs, and we'll give you a healthy goalie right now in Stuart Skinner, and we'll take the injured Hellebuck and just hope that they're still alive when he returns from injury. How's that sound? Is that fair? Is that a fair deal?
Yeah, I think that they'll probably say no. Hell, Eric Comrie might try to say, hey, we'll give you Stuart Skinner for Comrie right now and see how it happens. I will say this, Comrie has been really good. I'll just pull up his numbers right now. He last year playing again behind a team that is the best, or at least last year was the best defensively in the National Hockey League. Now, Hellbeck had a big part in that. But last year he had a .914 save percentage. And this year a .908, .239 and a .260. So
we'd kill for those numbers here right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So just got to have some confidence in the kid. Great opportunity for Eric to get going. And
is Pup another Diet Pepsi?
I did.
Is that number 2 today or what?
That's 2.
That's 2. That's not bad.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's already noon there.
Did some recording earlier, got through the morning. Well, this is my lock shop one that will take me into the WST one.
That's a great Grey Cup hat, buddy.
Yeah, this is the one from Vancouver.
Yeah.
Remember these ones?
Yeah, that does look nice.
It's mesh back, and then like it's kind of got this fuzz. It's like a
so that's like the Bizarro hat I got in Winnipeg. Because my hat in Winnipeg has the regular front, but then all the back part is like a little wool, like a little fuzzy, like sort of carpet almost.
Which is nice to have in the winter. I think it'll be sort of warm.
Yeah, that's why I was happy to get it.
The most bizarre hat. It's got like sort of the warm front, and then the back panels are all mesh.
Yeah. So the one this year was the exact opposite.
But I will say these new era 970s.
Yeah.
At least for my dome, are the most comfortable hats of any. I mean, they just fit perfectly. So I love this Grey Cup hat.
Yeah, it's nice.
A lot.
So the Oilers last night, almost had the shutout, end up losing 2-1 in overtime. They can't find a way to lock down these regulation wins, man. The 4 regulation wins now in 23 games is the 3rd worst in franchise history. You got to go back to 93, 94. And then I think, was it 10, 11 or was it 07, 08? Might have been 07, 08. Like not even in the decade of darkness did they have this much of a hard time locking in regulation dubs, which is crazy. And like I thought like their effort last night was one of the best work ethic efforts that we've seen so far this season. They did get outshot over the second and third period, 25-11. But in the end, they had a couple more high danger scoring chances. Like they probably deserved better last night, but you give up a goal with just over 2 minutes left, 1-1, and then just an insane save in overtime by Vasilevsky. And then they come back and bury it the other way. And all of a sudden you go from 2.5 minutes away from being like, shut out the Lightning, 1-0 win, best defensive performance of the year, to, God, couldn't close it out again. Like that's a frustrating L.
Dude. So I was watching the football game mostly, but I was sort of paying attention to what was happening in that game. And I turned it on with about 5 minutes left just to see if they could close it out. In the overtime, I mean, that sequence, I mean, poor Jack Roslovic, like that guy didn't get any sleep last night. I mean, you have the entire wide open net. And Vasilevsky, I mean, what a stud. He lifts his pad just enough to get a piece of it. And the second that didn't go in, like you're just jaws on the floor. Wait a second, that wasn't a goal?
Yeah.
And they started going back. It wasn't even at the blue line. I said, this game's over. This is going in 100%. And sure enough, Gensel ended up icing it. So, I mean, listen, this team, the Oilers, they're going to be fine. I firmly believe they're very fortunate that the point system is what it is right now, because if we were talking about 3-point games, they would be mired near the bottom of the league. Like legitimately bottom 5 in the league with only the 4 regulation wins. But good for the Oilers. And, usually it's to prop up the bad teams. You wouldn't think that a team with this much talent on it would kind of need to, have these loser points and all that. But
it's keeping them within striking distance early in the year when they're not playing well, right? So,
for sure. Dude, listen, and this is the thing. You go on a run, like you win 7 in a row in 2 weeks, which they'll almost guaranteed do. And then they'll be right there with the other teams. I mean, like looking at the standings right now, the one thing that's a little deceiving right now is just the fact that they've played so many games.
Yeah.
I mean, I had someone yesterday in the chat. We were talking about the Oilers I said, the guys are, pretty on edge right now in Edmonton. I mean, just with how, mid the team's been so far. And, he was saying, well, what do you mean? I mean, the Oilers are only 2 points back of the Jets. I said, well, yeah, but look a little deeper. I mean, the Jets have played 19 games. The Oilers have played 23.
23 now, yeah.
I mean, you've got 4 games to get points. If you just go even if you just go 500 in them, I mean, that's an extra 4 points. So, I mean, now you're talking about, 4 or 5, and it takes a lot to make up that ground. But it's also the fact that, the teams have not been winning. They haven't been winning in regulation. Like the Jets, I believe there's been a couple more teams before last night's games or the game before. There was only 3 teams that had double-digit reg wins. And it was Winnipeg, it was Colorado, and it was, I believe, the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now, Washington got to that number. Florida's there, and Dallas got there with their win last night. So, but the 4 is really concerning. I mean, like, here are the teams that have 4 regulation wins this year in the NHL. The Flyers. And the Flyers, incredibly, I mean, you want to talk about a fake standings and a fake record. The Flyers are actually 10-6-3. I mean, they're 4 games above 500. They've got 23 points in 19 games, which is a little different than the 23 points in 23 games that Edmonton has played. But again, all they're doing is winning in overtime. I mean, they've got 4. They have 4 regulation wins. They've got 6 wins in overtime. So 2 in overtime, which means they've won 4 shootouts.
Yeah, they got Zegras in shootouts this year, and he's money.
Yeah, the Predators have 4 regulation wins. Well, there's 6-10-4. Calgary now has 5 regulation wins. They're 6-13-3. They've got 15 points. And the other one, I guess, is the Sharks. And the Sharks have won 5 games in overtime. 1 in a shootout. And listen, those kids, I mean, Celebrini in particular, but Will Smith, they do some special things when you get to 3-on-3. But really, it's all about stringing together wins in a row. But what really kills you, and this is the gold, the silver lining for the Edmonton Oilers, is that what really kills you is the regulation losses. And when you get 0 and everyone, even if they're losing, is getting 1, that all adds up. So, I mean, I don't know. Listen, I know when you follow your team, if the Jets were in that same situation, I would be freaking out too. I totally get it. But you need to look at the fact this is an 82-game season. Are they playing well right now? Not really. Although I do think, I mean, I agree with you. I think the effort, their commitment to doing the things that will help them actually win consistently was way more apparent last night.
Yeah, they looked engaged last night, man.
For sure. There was some emotion. There was some guts. I mean, they played hard against a really, really good Tampa team on the road. And that was the second end of a back-to-back.
Yeah, right? Yeah, because they played Washington the night before. So
I mean, there's all sorts of, baked-in excuses if they had. They didn't have any. They went out. They played hard. It will turn around once their big guys get hot. And obviously, I mean, they got to get a little bit more from the guys that aren't named Draisaitl and McDavid, too, to make things happen. Mix in a few more saves, which, of course, is a conversation that we always have. But the second this team goes on just a little bit of a run, you're going to see them right in. And the other thing that's really good for them is that their division stinks. I mean, Vegas is a good team. They'll be in the playoffs. We know. Still waiting for the kind of the bottom to fall out on the Anaheim Ducks at some point. I'm not sure that happens. Like, I think the Ducks can be a playoff team. I'm not expecting them to win the Pacific Division, though. I'm certainly not sold on the Seattle Kraken. I like the Kings more than the Kraken, maybe based on, what they've done in the past, Kopitar's last year. And then San Jose, Vancouver, Calgary, particularly Vancouver and Calgary. I think we can almost say that it's probably next year time for those 2 teams. Yeah. So, I mean, listen, they're 4 points back of the division lead. Now, all these other teams have games in hand, so that number is going to grow as the numbers get played out. But Edmonton just needs to find themselves, get on a bit of a roll, and they'll be good. But it could be way, way worse if they weren't getting these games to overtime.
Yeah, I mean, it could be trouble if they weren't getting the extra point here or there. Us, so we were focused. We had a big client watch party here last night. We were watching the Oilers game. You said you had eye on the football game. We were trying to kind of keep tabs on it. So a nice transition for us over
Did
to
you get
our
enough food?
Well, buddy. So after lock shop,
Talking about this yesterday.
yeah, we're doing two guys and a goalie,
menu.
and it's just like Cass and Gage are like, we don't know if it's enough. We don't know if it's enough. So I ended up ordering 15 large pizzas from Boston Pizza. We had a meat tray from the Italian Center. We had a cheese tray from the Italian Center. We brought a bunch of buns and like mayo and stuff that people could make their own, sandwiches if they wanted to. Had more than enough. But we'll have pop here for 6 months. And then two of the guys from the Italian Center roll in, and they brought 2 platters of paninos from the Italian Center and 2 boxes of donuts. So in our fridge right now, man, we have 6 leftover pizzas. We have like a full tray of meat and cheese combined. We've got a full tray of the panino sandwiches combined. So the boys, there's no more. Well, Trev and Eric today were being like, you order too much. It's a waste of food. Can't believe you do this. So we're going to be crushing leftovers heavy for the next couple of days.
Love it. Love it.
That's what you have to do.
How are those panino things in the Italian Center?
Unbelievable. Like they're absolutely, they're awesome. Like they are.
Sounds so good.
Zach had 6 of them last night because they were cut into quarters. Yeah. And so Trev had 9 pieces of pizza last night. Zach had 4 or 5 pieces of pizza and 5 or 6 sandwiches. So the boys, it was good. We had like 35 people here. We just had a ton of food. After when people were leaving us, they're coming up to me. They're going, hey, great spread. And I was like, yes. That's how you bounce back from not having enough pizza at the staff meeting. Like it was, it was good. And then, so Eric today, just to bring everybody else up to speed who was following the Nielson show today, Eric today all morning was like, I don't really like leftovers. I'm not hungry. I don't want leftovers. As soon as we finished the show today, he was on like 3 or 4 paninos. He's eating chips. He's eating just slices of meat from the meat tray. So don't let him be fooled. You know who we had on the Nielsen show today for our Beer of the Week segment? Do you know that guy on Instagram and TikTok that sees something and then goes, what? No way. Have you seen that? Does it pop up on your algorithm? He's got like 2.4 million Instagram followers.
What's his name?
Well, he's just like known as like what no way guy, but his actual name is Sean. What's his last name? Anyway, he's launched this. Yeah, Sean Umscheid is his name, but he's like
no way guy. Here we are.
Yeah, the what no way guy. So he's huge on TikTok, huge on Insta, pretty big on YouTube, and we had him on today. He's launched like a hard iced tea. So what happened with Eric is we were trying some beers, had some hard iced teas. Then he was a little bit hungry, and then he just went to town on the leftovers here today. So
what's this guy's shtick? Like, what is he like? I have no.
So he watches. He's become more of he does more stuff now with the social media stuff, but he started by like he'd see like a tool hack on TikTok. And it looks ridiculous. So you'll see him, he'll be watching it and he'll go, what? No way. And then he goes to his shop, gets a tool, tries it, and then it just blew up. Like it absolutely blew up for him. So he's got like all his merch. He's flying all over. He's like, I'm going out to Toronto on Wednesday to do this Canadian Tire live TikTok for Mastercraft Tools. Like he's from Vulcan, Alberta, south of Lethbridge. Yeah. Like down south of Calgary. Yeah. It's wild, but just you gotta go back and watch it. Like all-time good dude, like genuinely just a good guy. Like, yeah, it was good.
Did he come in studio?
Yeah, he was in studio today with the guy who he teamed up with, like a Alberta brewery who does a bunch of beers. Teamed up with him to launch this what no way hard lemon iced tea, and so they were in today. They hung out for like an hour after the show. At one point, I was just like, well, I don't want to hold you guys up. Like they're going for breakfast at a local place. And they were awesome. I think he would have hung out all day. He was,
should have got him in on the hangout.
Actually, you know what? We could have thrown him in on the hangout, but yeah, he was,
crushed iced tea. Just, everyone would have been smashed by noon. But
well, you know what's great about that iced tea is that he told us, he's like, I just wanted something like my grandma used to make, which was like the Good Host. Remember Good Host iced tea? Just scoop it into the water and
okay.
It looks like it when it's poured and it tastes like it. So it's trouble. Like it's, they left a couple cases here. They're not going to last very long here. It was a good segment, man. But he's insane. He's talking to him after about his social media and how like he started doing this right after the tail end of the pandemic, and it's just blown up. He's thinking about it's cool story, very cool story. It was a lot of fun today. So could have sat around and drank about 1 million of those iced teas with him, but
I see the chat. Northside Sandwich. Man, I missed No Way Guy.
Yeah, no way.
And
Can't believe you missed him.
He's hilarious. I follow him. Baptized Big U. He's so great. There you go.
Yeah, good. Oh, really, really good guy. Yeah, he was a lot of fun.
Check that out afterwards, and I'll give him a follow.
You should give him a follow. He's funny.
To EST.
Yeah, he's good. So anyway, we had more than enough food, but we didn't watch much of the Bills game. When I saw we pop in, caught the end of it, kind of went how we sort of thought it might go with some of the things that we were on the Texans side. But what is Buffalo right now, man? Like what are the Bills? It looks like it's Josh Allen with no offensive line and nobody to throw the ball to, for goodness sakes.
Listen, I mean, their receiving core is a disaster, and Keon Coleman benched again for. I at one point they said it was disciplinary reasons. Another time they said it was, just coach's decision, like just wasn't playing well enough. I mean, Khalil Shakir, who we talked about yesterday, just had a baby. The baby swag was real. He had
8 catches.
10 catches, I think, or 10 targets.
He was like 8 for 111 or something like that.
Well, and you know what happened? So did you even see the last drive, the last 2 minutes of the game?
I did not see the final 2 minutes.
The Bills were down. So Allen, first of all, Josh Allen should be just thankful to be alive this morning. It was that bad, hey? He's never been hit like he's been hit. I think they had 8 sacks last night.
Yeah, he was sacked 8 times, yeah.
That Will Anderson is such a problem. I mean, we talk about Aiden Hutchinson and Max Crosby and TJ Watt. Add Will Anderson if you haven't been paying attention to the most devastating edge rushers in the National Football League. He was eaten. Daniil Hunter, formerly from the Vikings, he was getting his. But Josh Allen got absolutely murdered in the game last night. And it was amazing he finished the game. I would say that 95% of NFL quarterbacks taking that beating do not finish the game. So props to Allen for being a tough SOB. But the Bills have the ball on their own, 25, 30-yard line. It's in the last minute of the game. It's 4th and 27. And they hit a hook and ladder play as well executed as we've seen. The guy comes around. I can't remember if it was Gabe Davis or whoever who caught it. And they pitch it to Shakir, who goes the other side. And I think they went for about 50 yards. So now all of a sudden, Buffalo has the ball, with some time left. And I think they had a timeout or two, on the Houston 20-yard line or something. They had 2
timeouts. I'm watching it right now. I just watched the hook and ladder.
Amazing play.
Great play.
Credit to them pulling it out. But then once again, I mean, the Texans more often than not were just rushing 4, and they were getting there over and over again. And Allen's usually so good at juking a guy out and then running. I mean, it was relentless. So they ended up getting a pick on that last play of the game and winning. Very, very nice with the Houston spread picks, Houston money line pick. I actually did get I hit a nice parlay last night. I rode with our Avalanche puck line.
Yep. Yeah, they came from behind to hit that. Yeah.
Yep. They came back from behind to hit that, along with the Texans spread and Dallas in Vancouver. And I think that ended up at around 7-1 or so. So it was nice. But listen, my takeaways from last night's game is the Bills have a lot of work to do to protect their quarterback against teams with elite pass rush. And knowing that the trade deadline has passed and that Keon Coleman isn't even in the lineup right now for the Bills, it is somewhat surprising that they didn't get a little more aggressive on the trade market to try to get. I mean, Jacoby Myers ended up in Jacksonville for a 4th round pick or something like that. They couldn't have done that. It doesn't make sense. And I've been kind of thinking about this all season long for the Bills. Josh Allen, of course, is incredible. But is there any other area of their team that really stands out? James Cook's a stud.
James Cook's a stud too. Yeah.
They had the big play by Ray Davis. Like, they did gash them a couple times on big runs. But other than that, I mean, they were throwing the football. They didn't have many guys that were ever getting open, and Allen was getting killed. So huge night for the Patriots, and they didn't even play. I mean, there's a good chance that they're going to have a 2-game lead on the Bills at the end of this week. Patriots do have the Bengals, and they haven't had their bye week yet. So I mean, if they beat Cincinnati, they're going to get to 10-2 this week, and Buffalo is now sort of in that Chiefs spot where it's highly unlikely you're going to win your division. You're going to have to be a wild card team, and wouldn't that be wild if the wild card team, like, there's a scenario where the wild cards are the Bills, the Chiefs, and the Ravens.
Yeah. I mean, the Ravens have a decent schedule the rest of the way, and they're heating up. But you're not wrong. Like, that could happen
if Pittsburgh somehow hangs on, and gets the job done. I'm just looking at the Steelers. They're 1 game up, and they have not played yet. Pittsburgh and Baltimore. But if Pittsburgh can win one of those games against the Ravens, their other games are against the Bills, or against at the Bears, home to the Bills next week. They got the Dolphins at the Lions. That'll be a tough game. Browns and the Ravens. And the Ravens' rest of the schedule is they've got those 2 games against Pitt. But Baltimore still has home to the Jets, the Bengals. They should win that game. Steelers, Bengals again. Home to the Patriots, good team. And then at the Packers, at the Steelers in those last 2 games. And the Packers are going to desperately need a win as well. So I think it's likely the Ravens still win the division. I think they're like, I haven't looked at the numbers, but I think they're now back up to like almost minus 200 to win after being plus money once they got to 1-5. But the bottom line is both the Chiefs and the Bills, the 2 teams that most people had and like throughout the year have been at the top of the Super Bowl odds and the top of the AFC odds, are probably, if they make the playoffs, are going to be going on the road. So it's a very different AFC this year.
Yeah.
And the teams that, I mean, we can question the Patriots schedule, the Broncos schedule. Is Indy for real? Listen, these teams are probably winning their divisions right now. The one other team that we haven't talked about, speaking of wild cards, is Houston. And Houston's gotten off the mat after the 0-3 start. They're now 6-5. Their defense scares the hell out of everyone. Chiefs play Houston. I think the Chiefs go this Colts game. They are in Dallas on Thanksgiving, and then the little mini bye, the long week, and then it's Houston at Kansas City. So to me, the Chiefs' entire season boils down to these next 3 games. Minimum need to go 2-1. 3-0 would really help them, and then the final 4 games are pretty winnable for them. But you don't want to be a situation where you're needing a whole bunch of help to do it. So pretty wild in the AFC right now as we go into these games tonight.
Well, let's dive into these games, Huss. It's great to be here to have a whole Friday show with you. I'm very much looking forward to it. Instead of popping in or having to text picks. So let's get into it. Let's find our top 5 plays of the week here as we continue into week 12. It's the NFL Best Bets. If you've got a best player, you want to chime in on anything, you can hit us up over on YouTube on the Nasty Chat. Of course, you can text us if you're listening on iHeart or tune in at 780-218-9999. What's play number 1 for you this week, Huss? Where are you going, buddy?
Just quickly, I'm just looking at these numbers. Patriots minus 400 to win their division, to win the AFC East. Baltimore minus 286.
Minus 286.
To win the North. The Broncos minus 294 to win the AFC West. And the Colts minus 323. So they're all huge favorites.
Yeah.
Baltimore, and then the other 3 teams that we've talked about. Thank God they added that 3rd wild card.
Yes.
I never thought that I'd be saying that as a Chiefs guy, but here we are.
That's where we're at.
I don't normally pick my own team in the picks. I'm not even waiting. I'm taking Kansas City -3 right out of the gate. Let me sick this one on you here. This stat. Since 1990, Kansas City is the 15th team to be 5-5 straight up or worse and favored versus a team with an 80% or better win percentage in their 11th game or later. So like deep into the season, a 500 team going up against a team that's like 8-2.
Yeah.
The previous 14 teams are 14-0 straight up and 12-0-2 against the spread. That was the stat that I needed to have confidence that we're going to see the best of Kansas City this weekend against an Indianapolis team that can run the football as well as any. Jonathan Taylor, almost a lock for the offensive player of the year this year. Danny Dimes was limited in practice. He had a fibula issue. He's green-lit. He's going to be good to go. This is just one of those situations where this is a team that absolutely has to have it. Mahomes is perfect after back-to-back losses. It's only happened, I think, 5 times in his career. He's won each and every time. Every one of these stats will tell you that the Chiefs get it done. We'll see if it happens, but I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to put it as my 4th or 5th.
Yeah,
pick.
you're getting it right out of the gate.
I'm in on Kansas City.
I like it.
Now, I'm not sure what you see. I got it last night at -3.
I saw it 20 minutes ago at Play Alberta at +4. So I actually, and now yeah, it was at +4. I was sitting out there with the Godfather around 10:30 and it was +4. So I am on the Colts when I saw that +4. I looked right now, it's at +3.5. So I'm going to put it down for me.
What's the juice?
Let me give you so 3.5 is -114 for the Colts, -103 for the Chiefs.
Okay, and and if you put it to 3, what's the Chiefs number?
Let me move it.
Better?
Let me move it to 3 here. At 3, it would be Chiefs -119, Colts +102.
Perfect. Okay, It's under our -120.
Yeah, it's still under the -120 there. So, and the Colts, it was +4. If I moved it to +4, and that's -123, which is on the other side of the -120. So I'll take it at the +3.5 that I see it at right now. And I've actually had some success going against the Chiefs so far this year, and this is Colts and well, that's the thing. And like I look at the Colts with this number, and I go, I think I got to be on a team that's played that well this year, can run the ball that well. We had Mike Garafolo on this morning, and he said there's a member of the staff in Indy who caused some problems against Patrick Mahomes when he was with the Bengals. And he said they've got that going for them as well a little bit. And I was like, well, to get a team that's had that type of season so far, and this, like, for the Colts, I was joking with Garafolo this morning. I said, I didn't think I would ever say this, but a big test for the Chiefs against the Colts. And we kind of laughed. And then, but I think about it now and I go, this is a real chance for the Colts to be like, hey, we are the real deal. And yeah, Kansas City's record is what Kansas City is, but this is still the Chiefs and it's still in KC. Like, I think this is a big stepping stone for the Colts. So if I can get a team that good at more than a field goal at +3.5, I think I'd probably do that anytime. So I'm going to get on the Colts at +3.5. So we'll start head to head. Where are you going next?
Where are we going to go next? Well, okay, let me ask you this, because I was locking my picks in last night and Detroit was -10. I'm seeing now Detroit at some places at 12.5.
I got 12.5 in front of me right now. Yeah. But that moved because it was 10 yesterday. I think it was 10 earlier this morning when we were actually, you know what? This morning we did a little 3-game chalky sort of money line parlay on the morning show. And I got Detroit this morning on the money line just for the parlay at -500. It's now -714. So what are we missing? There must have been some sort of...
You know what? Let's just do a quick look for Jackson Dart, because...
Like, that's a big move. That's a very big move in just a morning. Somebody watching or listening right now.
You know what? This is why. Jackson Dart's ruled out for Sunday.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't see that in the last hour, so.
So basically, there you have it. There you have it right now. I mean, I still like Detroit in this game. I don't know whether I'm going to throw down on the 10. Listen, my second pick, I am going to take a massive favorite though. And usually I like home teams. I like home dogs.
Are you on Seattle?
Seattle minus 13.
Seattle minus 13. I got that too, buddy.
Listen, and think of Seattle and their last few games. Like they barely lost to the Rams in a game where Sammy Darts had 4 picks and they only lost by 2.
Yeah, their defense kept them around, right? Like
think about the other games that they had. The previous 2 games, Cardinals and Commanders against teams that frankly are better than Tennessee, they put up 35 in the first half in both of those games. Like I think they go out and just murder them. Like I'll be looking at a first quarter line. I'll be looking at a first half line in this game.
What is the first half line in this game? It is. Where's the first half line? See the total. Oh, here's the first half line. So yeah, 6.5, 7.
Yeah.
It's 7 because it'd be minus 118. It would be. I'm glad you brought up the first half because Seattle, I was listening to the Sharp 600 podcast with Jason Logan and Todd Furman. It's a good one from the Covers guys. And they laid out that the Seahawks have rolled in first halves this year. Like just absolutely rolled in first half. So a Seahawks first half line, probably a good play as well. But yeah, the minus 13, I didn't even really have to think about this one.
They're beating teams in the first 15, 20 minutes of these games.
Yeah.
I mean, they did the Cardinals. I think they were up 35. I think they had touchdowns on their first 5 drives. Now, there may have been a defensive touchdown in there. And it was the same thing against the Commanders. And I'll be honest, that 8-point win over the Texans looks even better today after seeing what Houston did to the Bills last night than it did before. So anyways, I love Seattle at minus 13 in this game, and Seattle, there's going to be no fear at all about throwing them in on a parlay. I think they probably win this game by 20 plus.
All right. So we go head to head on our first picks. We're riding together on Seattle at minus 13. Where are you going for pick number 3?
You know what? I'm going to roll with the Cardinals plus 3 against the Jags. I don't believe in the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, they've had a couple nice wins this year, including one, maybe the most important and impactful loss to Kansas City when Trevor Lawrence had that crazy drive at the end of the game on Monday night to sort of shock everybody and win that game. But this is a team that has been plagued with inconsistency over the last little while. It seems like every time they win a game, they come back and find a way to lose. I mean, they beat the Raiders by 1 point. Like, they were very fortunate to win that game. And then they came back and blew a 17-point lead and lost to the Houston Texans. Last week, the Chargers were a no-show. They ran all over them. And now they go to Arizona. I think Arizona's a better team with Jacoby Brissett at quarterback than Kyler Murray. I am a little worried that Marvin Harrison Jr. might not be able to play, but they're still able to do it. The defensive injury list is actually something else. Like normally this would have been a play that it's just an automatic. I mean, you're giving me 3 points with Arizona against Jacksonville at home for sure. But I am going to take them as the home dog, and there'll be a little sprinkle on the money line with a couple of other shorter dogs in this game. So Arizona plus 3 is where I'm going to go with that next
one. Of the things you might want to look at in that game too is McBride. Jags defense, well, pretty good, is not great against tight ends. So if you're looking, for some player props, you might want to get on McBride there. You know what?
You mentioned that McBride over 76.5 receiving yards. McBride minus 118 anytime touchdown.
Yeah. I love that anytime touchdown play. Yeah. You know what? As I sit here thinking about it, man, I think I am going to hang the 12.5 on the lines. I think Detroit's in a spot where they're at home. They need this game. Like they got to get things a little bit more consistent than has been lately. If Jackson Dart's out there, there's not going to be any sort of last minute miracle comeback from the Giants. I just don't see a world where that happens. So yeah, I was a little bit hesitant on it, but as we've been sitting here discussing things, I'm like, I think this is a good week for my Lions. So this is tough. I'm going with a 13-point favorite and now a 12.5-point favorite, but I do like the Lions to probably win rather comfortably. Now Laporta is out as well. But to me, that's just more Jameson Williams, like more Jahmyr Gibbs in short. Like Laporta's a great talent, don't get me wrong, but they've still got the offensive weapons that'll just mean more reps for other guys. So I think Detroit's going to win this one rather comfortably. So I'm going to get on the Lions here at 12.5.
The Lions have lost now they've lost 4 games with the loss to the Eagles last week. This is what they've done following a loss this season. Beat the Bears by 31, put a 50 burger up. They lost to the Chiefs. They followed that up by beating Tampa by 15. They lost that tight game to the Vikings, and they followed that up by a 22-point win over the Commanders. Detroit loses. They take it out on their opponent the next week. And I'm sorry, Jameis, you, my friend, are in the wrong place at the wrong time. And just while we're hitting this game, like I think this might be a nuclear game for Jahmyr Gibbs. What's the number for him to get like 3 touchdowns?
Oh, I'd like that in my Spite League fantasy. Let's see here.
Fuck, it's only like 6-1, which is hilarious. He's only like plus 162. I'm seeing. You might have a different number on over 2 touchdowns.
6-1 for 3 touchdowns. It's like they're expecting it.
Like everybody else is like 17, 22, 22. But I'm ready for a massive game for Jahmyr Gibbs. I think Detroit absolutely smashes the.
Are you putting him on the card, or you just have an opinion on the game?
Oh, I think I'll be touching some Gibbs props for sure.
Okay, but you're not putting Detroit minus 12.5 in your best bets.
You know what? I mean, if you have it on already, I'll probably. Well, I feel pretty good about it, to be honest with you. Maybe if we can put it this way, I endorse it for a parlay.
Endorse it in a parlay.
Sure.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, where are you going with your 4th pick then?
Couple of the other games. Let's see. Can I get what's the number right now? Tampa and the Rams. Specifically, is there a 7 and is it better than minus 120?
Let me take a peek right now. It is a 7 and it's minus 110 for the Rams.
What about Tampa?
Minus 106. Also works.
Perfect. Give me Tampa plus 7. I think the Rams are awesome, and they
are awesome.
Won that game at home. I think there could be a little bit of a letdown after that huge win against Seattle last week. And the one thing I'll say about Tampa, they might have had the toughest schedule in the entire NFL so far this year. I mean, I know they've lost 3 of their last 4, but I mean, you look at the teams that they've played. I mean, they won in Seattle by 3 in that shootout, which was one of the games of the year. They played the Niners at home, won by 11, took that loss in Detroit, followed it up by pumping the Saints by 20, and then lost a tight game against the Patriots and a really back and forth game against the Bills. They've got the Rams. The schedule really lightens up for them after this week with the Cards, Saints, Falcons, Panthers, Dolphins, and Panthers. So this is their last really big test. It's a Sunday night game. I just have enough faith in Baker Mayfield. They're getting Bucky Irving back too, which is the nice.
Is he officially back this week?
I you know what? I've got him in a number of my. Hold on a second here. 1 hour ago, he won't play.
This has happened multiple times over the last few weeks. It's like Bucky Irving's coming back, and then he's out.
Maybe it's a smart thing for them, to be honest, but I'll be honest, that sort of does change my thought process on this one. Tell you what, let's go Dallas. Let's go Dallas plus 3. Dog.
Dude, I'm on the Cowboys as well. I thought I was a crazy man. I'm glad that you said that.
No. This is a great spot, I think, for Dallas.
So are you still on Tampa or are you off of Tampa?
No, I'm not going to take Tampa.
All right, so you're going to get on Dallas plus 3.
Well, it makes sense because I was looking at it last night, and I don't know. I'm just pissed off that I made those picks with the assumption that Bucky Irving was in, and that would add, a big thing. Home dog. I mean, listen, where's Philly lost this year? They lost by 17 at the Giants. These divisional games, especially in the NFC North, are always weird. Who beats Philly every year? The Commanders, regardless of whether they're good or bad. The Giants. I think this is going to be time. And listen, Dallas looked pretty good in that game against the Raiders. And there's a lot of I think there's a lot of things brewing behind the scenes with Philly that aren't really good. And that's
going to come to a head at some point.
They're so talented. Their roster's so good. They've been winning these games, but haven't done it. I think this will be close. Wouldn't be surprised if Dallas maybe even won outright and surprised a few people. Dallas plus 3. So I guess you're on Dallas plus 3.
I'm on Dallas plus 3 as well, and we got to get going here. I was looking at the Steelers, but I think I want to stay away from that game. I've already got 2 massive favorites, man, but I can get the Ravens minus 13.5 against the Jets inside minus 120 as well. So I'm just screw it. I'm taking all 3 of those teams this week. I'm going to get the Ravens at 13.5.
Hey, it's been a good year for favorites covering big numbers. I'll take the game that you were going to take, Pittsburgh plus 2.5. I think Pittsburgh wins outright. I don't care whether it's
I got it at plus 3 right now, so I'm going to give it to you at plus 3.
Perfect. Pitt plus 3. I will take it. So I'm getting 3 points on the Cards, Cowboys, and Pittsburgh. Laying it on Kansas City, and then I'm obviously on Seattle. For a parlay, why don't we do Seattle and Detroit at both at minus 12.5?
And Dallas?
And Dallas at plus 3.5.
Kind of writes itself, right? So, okay, that's what I will send everybody. What's coming up in WST?
Well, as I say, we're going to have some counselors in. We'll be talking about what to do with O'Connor Hellebuck, the backbone of the team. But lots of talk. Nikolai Ehlers return tonight for the first time as a Carolina Hurricane. So we're going to be all over the Jets and the Canes and everything else going on around the hockey team. And Hacksaw will come for his NFL notebook on Fridays as well. And then we'll fire up the marbles to kick off the weekend.
Good stuff, buddy. It was awesome doing a Friday with you. Looking forward to many more of them. And we'll see you on Monday, all right?
Have a good weekend. Enjoy those leftovers.
Oh, we're going to enjoy the leftovers. There you go. That's us. Winnipeg Sports Talk firing up right away. So I'm going to send that over. Seahawks minus 12.5. We are going to be on Detroit minus 12.5. And we are on the Cowboys plus the points at home. And we'll move that to 3.5 so we can still cash that bad boy if they lose by a field goal. All right, so that's been sent over. You'll find it on our EST specials page at playalberta.ca. Great doing a Friday show on the Lock Shop. God, this fires me up. We got the oil stream on the way next with myself and Tom Gazzola. That'll lead into EST afternoons. And then the Reed Wilkins show still to come here today on Edmonton Sports Talk. Edmonton Sports Talk, of course, brought to you by our partners over at Play Alberta. Use those bonus codes right now, EST50 or EST Sports. Deposit 50, get a $50 free bet. Oil stream is coming up right away. Thank you very much for joining us in the Lock Shop. Best of luck if you're riding with us this weekend, and we'll talk to you on Monday.